Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind-the-scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home. With a home sweet mortgage, you are number one. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Need a new home, we get it. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Act now when you won't regret it. POSL. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home flex, a home equity line of credit. Home quest, for professionals building new dreams. And home switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home sweet mortgages, make it your own. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Need a new home, we get it. POSL. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com. POSL.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
Can we all please stand to acknowledge the national anthem of St. Lucia? In the red and white from the rising sun of DENNERY. Yes, of course, DENNERY coming up against Sulphur City SOUFRIERE, and of course, Sulphur City SOUFRIERE, they decked in the pinkish outfit with the light blue on the shirt, and of course the black shorts. Not forgetting our second game here tonight will be contested between Mabuya Valley and of course Canriza. This is the first of to be played here tonight. That of the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League for 2025. Sit back, relax, and of course enjoy our game.
This season of the Semi-Pro Football League is sponsored by the Government of St. Lucia, the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, the St. Lucia Football Association, the National Lotteries Authority, Auto Shop St. Lucia, agents for Brothers Cider, the Bank of St. Lucia, Courts Unicoma, Invest St. Lucia, and ES Productions.
And we're live right here at the Francis Babalastic grounds in Grosley to witness a matchup which features DENNERY versus SOUFRIERE. DENNERY, of course, in the red and white outfit, and that will make SOUFRIERE the color pink as their tops. Before we get into any action, let us run through the team list. I will start off with the team list from SOUFRIERE. Number 11, Lance Andrew. Number 12, Tevez Brandis. Number 14, Kurt Calix. Number 9, Nixon David. Number 16, John Gaston. Number 7, Jazani Henry, which is a skipper. Number 15, Antoine Herman. Number 10, Lei John. Number 6, Curtly John. Number 35, Tonel Nicholas. And number 13, Dante Seville. And before I even introduce my guests, I'll run through the DENNERY setup, and then I'll get to our special invited guests who are to fly in for this fixture. So stay tuned for that. On the DENNERY list, we have number 4, Shaquan Dovius. Number 21, Javel Fauché. Number 6, Kendall Fauché. Number 5, Elijah Joseph. Number 23, Maurice Jr. Etienne. Number 14, Newton Marshall. Number 17, Chevius Okili. Number 20, Kenvi Polius. Number 2, MacGyver Raymond. Number 1, of course, the goalkeeper Anton Richard. And number 15, Shaquille William. Is also number 7, Torian Joseph. So here's the matchup. DENNERY versus SOUFRIERE. Two teams vying for major points here tonight because of where they place in the table. And without further ado, of course, yours truly, always in your company, Tennis in Glasgow. But the special invited commentary guest is none other than Mr. Clivus Jules, no stranger to the airwaves, to the social media waves, whichever wave you want to ride tonight. And here's a temple goal! And as I am about to introduce Clivus, DENNERY finding the back of the net. Number 21 for DENNERY. He has been in fine nick, which is Javel Fauché, and he started off on the front foot as well. And as I say front foot, I leave it up to Clivus to take it from there.
Yes, thank you very much, Tennyson, critic.
It's wonderful to be in the football arena. And of course, to be back in the football arena. I've been dabbling in football a bit, but Fouché getting a very, very fortunate ball, but he's been on fire. Fouché, and really taking this one down very nicely. Got a good bounce as well, and maintaining his composure and converting for DENNERY. Early on, advantage DENNERY. Yes, indeed. This is the sort of start you want. You can talk about it, but when you get onto the pitch, you want to start off on the front foot. And when we say front foot, it doesn't only apply to cricket, but footballers as well. Always want to get an energetic start, good finish. Anton just gobbling this one, and of course, keeping his composure, asking the guys to settle down because you have what is called nervous energy. And you want to get rid of this as soon as possible, but good start for DENNERY. A very good start for DENNERY. They really looked threatening from the get-go, and SOUFRIERE, the defenders, just took a little time to settle down. And I'm sure Jazani Henry, the captain, very experienced young man, would want to marshal his troops and calm their nerves down a little bit. As you spoke of the nervous energy, just want to just ride through that and just keep things going. It's very early in the encounter. As we have a lot of time for sure. Definitely. Well, the sad thing about it is that as we know the history in terms of football for SOUFRIERE have held their own when it comes to football, but this campaign has been so topsy-turvy for them, up and down, lacking consistency. As a matter of fact, SOUFRIERE, they are in the relegation spot, so they need those points so vital. They need someone up top to score goals for them. It's very, very hard. And again, DENNERY, while a good campaign last season, has been up and down as well, but now they seem to just be finding their way. So it's going to be a game of both halves, if you ask me. Definitely, and DENNERY in the early on in the season missed the likes of Kenvi Polius. A lot of the experienced heads, particularly in the defense, were missing, and they were short on confidence. And you see the Kenvi and a few others coming back, and they're just beginning to get things together. But they've played seven matches, and they've won only one. SOUFRIERE themselves, they have played 7 as well, and they've only gotten the points on one occasion. So SOUFRIERE and DENNERY, DENNERY has had 2 draws, in fact. SOUFRIERE only, just 1 win, and of course, so defeats. So if you know, I always say that the table doesn't lie in football, and where you are is where you are. I mean, of the objectives, also keep in mind too that Elisha Markey, who's the coach for the DENNERY team, she's out on national duty as well. So some boys else are there. I think it's Alban is at the helm tonight, known as a basketballer, but then again, sports people, true sports people can double up in all capacities. Case in point, we have Clivers here tonight, and many persons may think of Clivers as cricket, but we can see his exploits certainly in tonight in football. As a matter of fact, I think cricket came after my exploits in football. I can recall Chinese and myself doing it in football long before I started doing anything in cricket. Okay. So cricket definitely came after football. So cricket is number 2 on the list, as we see SOUFRIERE getting possession and need to hold possession a little bit more just to calm the nerves down and to keep the ball a little bit longer, but not able to do so on this occasion. Not good control here by the number 7 for DENNERY, and the ball going into touch. So just still game not settled as yet, critic. Yes, what we still have is the teams jostling for position. The early goal, of course, they were quite welcoming, but again, you want to see teams settle down and make passes, get comfortable with the outfield, the pace of the field. It is very dry, although it's been very hot this past week. So you have to come up to speed with the pace of the field as well, and just basically get into your stride as we go. Also, you have to keep in mind as well the instructions from the coaches. Here we see a dandy move there, continuing. Of course, the player on the outside holding back that ball may have just want to do too much with it. Just a little bit too much on this occasion. He needed to keep it simple. He got the run. He really did not accept that run, and he was looking for something that was non-existent, and in the end, he held it for a little bit too long. Yeah. And we see a foul. I think it's a foul. So clearly it's a possession now to SOUFRIERE. Ball played towards the right side. Heavy touch right there. The laces, very rare you see this, The referee, very rare you see this where the laces or the boots get tangled. It happens in football.
Yes, a little. The game needed a little bit of that comedic moment just to help settle down the nerves. And Soufriere, they're in possession in the defensive foot at the minute. It's just keeping the ball, stringing a few passes together, or want to let some of the youngsters get themselves settled into the game. And a poor pass again, miscommunication by DENNERY in the midfield. They're getting possession and just surrendering it. The ball is really not staying on anybody's side for too long, critic.
Yeah, definitely. Again, you still see the nerves getting the better of the players. What you want now is for your leader, the skipper, to pass the message around to the team. You know, guys, we're down 1. Let us settle down. Let's see how best we can come back into the game. And let's keep our shape. Don't rush it. We have about 9. We have about some odd 82 minutes plus to continue. So don't rush it. The game is not won in 1 minute. You know, you pass on information, so everybody is on the same wavelength.
Definitely so, and that's why the captain is usually on the field of play, because he needs to show that leadership right there on the field of play, just to help the youngsters and keep things simple and calm their nerves down. And Soufriere will need that. They're already down a goal and looking for a long pass. Soufriere would want to just get possession, a little bit of possession. As we see it, an infringement, and of course the referee this evening is Lesroy Joseph
out of the ancillary area.
Very experienced Lesroy, but he he's learning his trade as well as a referee. Yes, he shows a lot of interest, has a lot of passion for officiating,
which is good. Also, what I've also noticed of him is that he speaks to the players. Many times you see persons in charge of an encounter, and like it's their show. Right. I think if referees or officials, you need to educate the youngsters as well as you are educating yourself as well, because a lot of young footballers, they do play the game, but the rules, a lot of them don't know the rules of the game. So a lot of time we get a lot of bickering or confusion is just because they're not educated of the rules. That is correct. So when you blow that whistle, if you can just let them be aware of why it is blown, the game will be much better.
Critic, you've really earned your name this evening. Critic, very excellent analysis of that particular thing. And the ball comes across in the air, but the keeper is taking control. Good control of the 6 yard by the keeper. And I like to see that young man just taking full control of that space and done so with a plumb on this occasion.
A very good take by the goalkeeper. We could see them still jostling, just backward of squares at it. Chance. Good save there by Anton. Point blank save. I think the flag went up, so he's in an offside position. Again, you could see the intent of Soufriere. Any little chance they get, they will take a shot. Because I've often said the reason why Soufriere is down there, the luck have been very hard, but Soufriere lacks a true number 9, somebody who could really put the ball behind the net for them.
That's right. So they've struggled to finish well. So even when the opportunities come, they've struggled to take advantage of it. As DENNERY is mounting attack and the ball goes across, and good defending. The defender was tracking back very nicely, and a timely intervention by him, their critic, because DENNERY had 2 strikers lurking.
Yes, what DENNERY did is just hit the byline and cut back immediately, not allowing the defense to regroup or to reset. And that's what you need. You need to get that opportunity to offset the defense and put on strike. But the defender had other plans and was able to intercept. Corner for DENNERY on the back stick. Here's a good chance. Good save there by the goalkeeper again. Unmarked in the area. The number 6 rising high and booting directly on goal. Another opportunity there for DENNERY, but good goalkeeping from the goalkeeper from Soufriere.
Yes, very good work from the goalkeeper from Soufriere, and another point blank save from him. But again, we must point out the defenders for Soufriere. They are in the area, but they did not pick up the number 6, and he got a free opportunity to lash at the keeper, and he took it, but the keeper was equal to the task.
Yes, and as we say, so we see a raid on the left side there for Soufriere. Still in control, ball put into the area on the back stick. Here's a chance, poor opportunity. Very, very, very good position, but the finishing was very, very poor because he basically helped the ball going outside, whereas he should have put in the neck muscle and sent where it came from. Redirect that header, and Anton Richards could have been in trouble.
He really looked like he would have been out of position, and had that been on target, it would have called for some skill from Anton Richard to save it. But again, you spoke of the genuine number 9 for the Soufriere outfit, and on this occasion, again, it's obviously really clear that there isn't somebody who can find the back of the net at will.
So by saying so, we give the Soufriere technical team some homework. Go down to Force Jacques, go down to Barron's Drive, New Development.
Zeno.
That's right. You find that number 9. There must be a number 9 somewhere in Sulphur City to help the Soufriere team.
Of course. The game still even Stevens. Really, Dennery has the goal advantage, but really Soufriere has had some opportunities as well. So it's still evenly poised at this point in time. Soufriere will just need to finish well if they are to find the back of the net.
Most definitely. As we say so, we see interception there. Momentarily possession for Dennery, but back onto Soufriere. Soufriere trying to take on their player. Here's a searching pass upfield, just ahead of the defense. This should be very interesting. The attacker getting a heavy touch, and the ball went out into play.
I think he was unable to deal with the pressure from the defender, and that's the number 7 for Dennery. Unable to deal with the pressure and just getting a heavy touch and getting the ball out of play. But again, continues. Soufriere again cannot take it upfield on this occasion, getting it out of play and throwing to Dennery.
Sure bet. And of course, for our viewers, if you're missing the voice of Elijah Williams, I gave him his off day. This guy has been working very hard. So here's a feeble shot. Goalkeeper gathers. So I'm not his boss, Elijah is my boss, but I gave him an off night, when a man works hard, he needs some time from him for himself. So Elijah, I know you're not here, but you're still watching the action and keenly wanting to know what's happening. So, Belly, enjoy your off night. Of course, we'll link up tomorrow, but I'm telling you, you left somebody who was bubbly, full of energy in Cliver's Jewels. So, I know you're disappointed by the Kings, but you brought a King in here tonight.
Definitely. I just want to say good evening to Elijah, certainly, and of course to Sherry and Gilad Williams, really the engine room behind the semi-professional football league and getting things together. Another team attempt at that. A very easy take by the goalkeeper Anton Richard, and Anton Richard is a very experienced goalkeeper. He's plied his trade not just locally but on foreign soil as well.
Yes, Anton comes in for a lot of experience. Anton has a big presence in the goal as well. He's a very big figure. I think this is the true model of what a goalkeeper can be. I'm not saying players who are smaller can be goalkeepers, but look at the frame of Anton.
Yes, exactly.
He's a giant.
Exactly the stature you want. Because just the sheer presence that he has in these goals that he
comes across, and here is Anton just shows exactly what we're talking about. Just gobbling this one, just rising
majestically as well.
And one time throwing a punt downfield, showing again the intent of Dennery. But Soufriere were able to do well and just keep it at the back, trying to again, this is what we don't what you don't like to see in terms of rushing that pass. But then again, they're on the back foot and they want to get back into this one. But I think Soufriere really need to spend some more time with the football.
Yes, they definitely need to get a hold of the football. As a matter of fact, you can't get it to the back of the net if you don't have it. And then with an attack down the left flank, that one comes in to the 18-yard area, and Soufriere able to deal with it, albeit just getting it out of touch, but not letting it go through to the waiting, hungry legs and hands of the Dennery strikers. Dennery looking to add to the tally there. Throw-in comes in and into the area again, but this time the ball will go into touch and it'll be a goal kick for Soufriere.
Yeah, I like this Soufriere outfit, pink. It looks like it's not really pink. It looks like how you call those? Not the pelican. There's the flamingo.
Oh,
you know the flamingo, the bird, the flamingo.
Yes,
when you go to Miami, you see them in the lakes. It has this little tropical feel about it. I like the color.
Very, very nice color. Soufriere, a good combination as well with the colors, with the black, accentuating it very well. But definitely tonight they want to accentuate their goal scoring.
That is correct.
And get a result to really turn the tables for them, because they've been sitting at the bottom. Then we will have other ideas in this encounter. But Soufriere really need to calm down just to keep the football and really work it up there. This is the time when Jezani Henry would really need to show his leadership of this group of youngsters.
Meantime, you see DENNERY knowing how vital this game is. They would want to show no mercy. I always tell you, when a man is down, you keep him down. And you're in the seller position because of your composition of your team. And if it's an objective to get points, then we will, of course, tick this one on the fixture list. Knowing based upon where they are, it's an opportunity for them to get on the score sheet as well and improve their positioning on the table.
Yes, and if you look at the table, it's really, really tight, especially around the middle. You have Leclerc really sitting pretty on top with 19 points so far. Central Castle is on 15. Mabuya Valley 11, Viewfort South 10 and 9. So it's just really a small gap. It's a matter of one win, and the table will get you a major shift in that table. So the table is very interestingly poised, and DENNERY will want to get themselves up in the mix. If they take these 3 points tonight, you get to
6 or 5.
To 6 or 5.
Yes, positive Goziland Canaries.
Exactly. So they will really work themselves up there. Soufriere, they really want to come off the relegation zone, and they want that victory. So it's very, very critical in this encounter. At the moment, DENNERY, they sit on top with 1 goal ahead of Soufriere.
Okay, here we see good control here by DENNERY. Again, keeping the football. Working it to the other side. Not really into position. Good effort, nonetheless.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing here from DENNERY, the ball moving from side to side. The pace of the attack as well is very, very quick, keeping the defenders of Soufriere guessing and really not in position. Again, DENNERY on forced error. Good work from the attacker there, tries to swing it across with the left foot, and this one not getting the accuracy on this one. It goes out, and the keeper will get to do the honors. Soufriere really needs to keep this possession, really needs to work the ball upfield, keep their shape, and getting towards the goal in DENNERY.
As we say so, they choose to punt upfield rather than play from the back. However, it's possession to Soufriere. Number 10 trying to take on the entire defense. Ball will be going up. Still remains with Soufriere. You mentioned the skipper, Henry, in the middle. He has worked tirelessly throughout this whole campaign. I think he has probably played every position, trying to see how best he can help his team. Ball comes across Anton. Very easy for him. Milk for the cat. Route 1 football there from DENNERY. Asking a lot from the attacker to deal with 4 defenders. And still DENNERY. Here's one over the top. Let us see the skill effort. Able to hold. Good possession kept there by DENNERY, showing good composure. Still a fit on the left flank. Choosing to recycle the football this time. Searching past on the other side now. Here's an opportunity. Again, the players need to speak. The on-rushing winger need to get in touch and tell Fauché, well, you know, it's coming my way. This is a very good pass, you know.
Excellent pass.
Kept his eye on the football only, not realizing that his teammate was in a better position.
But the teammate should have communicated. That's so right. It's really a flaw in communication from DENNERY. But they've shown some good work in the midfield and bringing the ball forward. So they're doing well, a little better for me at this occasion in the attacking third than the Soufriere players. Sure. But Anton Richard, we've spoken of him earlier in the discussion, and Anton Richard has the figure. And this one is Higgins. Oh my goodness.
Of course, footballers would know about that ball hitting you there. So let's basically need to breathe it out, my brother. If you need to call on the physio, that's right.
You might need to get the physio, but his lights have been turned off temporarily. When you get hit in that midsection, I can tell you, it is not an easy task, and it is Fauché. who is the victim on this occasion, as we take a quick look at the point standing and for our viewers at home, whilst Foshe gets some attention.
Definitely. So viewers, here is the point standings, as of course Clivers did mention earlier. You can see it for yourself. SOUFRIERE in the seller position, and just above them is South Castries. So we have 8 versus 10 going on currently. But if SOUFRIERE can win, they can join the fray and move up. Not move up, but just get into the 6 pointers. And if you look at the mid-table, the spread is basically 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. So an even spread in the middle, whilst Leclerc has it on their way already. Likewise, Central Castries, Mabia Valley side of very, very well. They need some points as well. So it's a nice mix in the table, which shows how important 3 points is vital in those encounters.
Yes, 3 points is very, very critical. And the SOUFRIERE, their campaign at the moment is on life support. They would really want to inject some oxygen into that campaign with the 3 points this evening. But DENNERY themselves would want to make things interesting at the middle of the table with the win, and they are in possession now, but they've surrendered that possession to SOUFRIERE.
That's a foul, unnecessary. Yeah. Player going nowhere. As a matter of fact, the ball has already left and still able to foul the player. Again, these are some of the observations. I know you've watched the league in its entirety, Clivers, and as a defender myself, past defender, I often see unneeded tackles.
Definite.
Unneeded tackles. And we speak about football and we always talk about the offensive side. He scored this goal and he scored this goal. But we need to approach the game as well of teaching defenders how to defend. Because so like in this instance, nothing is happening there. Nothing. There's no danger there. All you have to do is just track back and get back into your position. And I see a lot of defenders, young defenders, not being able to keep their stance and know when to tackle. So I've always urged coaches, as much as you do the offensive drills, you must do the defensive drills as well.
The defensive drills are a lot more critical. In fact, if the fewer errors your defenders can make, it means that your team will be in good standing, because if you score 100 and you concede 101, and what this is crazy defending at the back there.
Communication.
The communication again, and the ricochet could have easily gone into the back of the net. The keeper was already out of position. Yeah. The defender is banging the ball onto his own player, and it really missed the open goal by the narrowest of whisker of margin.
Yeah, and that leads into a corner now for DENNERY. Let's see if they can set up in terms of a signal. Whether it's going to be looks like it's going to be an outswinger. So we have a right foot. Okay, ball going out. Still within the area, able to clear. Possession to DENNERY. They're trying to chip into the area. Again, situation. I think the situation is, Clivers, the goalkeeper for SOUFRIERE is not vocal.
He's not very vocal.
He's not vocal, and he's putting himself into a lot of danger. Basically, he just wants to come off his line and do his thing.
Yes.
But you must alert your centre backs and the players ahead of you so that they can be aware of what's happening.
The communication is very, very critical in the back, especially, and the SOUFRIERE defenders and the goalkeeper really missing the plot here. And as I thought on this last occasion, the defense took a little bit too long to come out there, because that ball coming back in and found 2 or 3 of the DENNERY players on side still.
There's a long punt into the area. Now we shout skipper. Follow the goalkeeper right there.
The keeper came up and did not really gather cleanly on this occasion, but of course, this is the keeper's area, so easy.
Yeah, but I still want to see him command. I want to hear his voice from. I mean, we're in the commentary position. We want to hear his voice because he's right beneath us. I'm not even hearing his voice. Here is DENNERY, ball for a little cheeky back into the area, snapshot. I think he was in 2 minds, whether to lay or to shoot. But I would hit my laces through this one and make the keeper make a save. But he was indecisive whether to lay the ball or to kick the ball, and he ended up doing part of both. And then the ball went over the bar.
The ball just went over. But he was in very, very good position.
Yes.
Very good position. Again, you see the little touches from the DENNERY, and just catching the defense of Soufriere a bit flat-footed. So DENNERY, especially in the center field, dominating at the minute, really in control of the center field, and of course the attacking field.
Yeah, DENNERY seems to be getting to the just over the defense of Soufriere a little more often than Soufriere in itself. Interception there again, trying to force a pass. We see good possession on the left side there for Soufriere. Can they keep that football? There's another pass.
Yes, a good little passage of play
There
from Soufriere. They're able to get the ball together, moving it around from side to side. And this time they found the striker just a little bit too much on this one. He was able to get his head onto it, but not enough power to trouble Anton Richard, the majestic Anton Richard, towering in the goal. And DENNERY again looking just a bit too quick, but they have possession, DENNERY, and looking for Fauché. Not getting him on this occasion. Soufriere again needs to settle down, and we see a lot of the players falling on this area in the center of the field where the cricket pitch existed.
Well, remember, I mean, the feeling itself was more so, despite we have cricket and football, but anytime we have a pitch in the middle of a football area, it's going to always cause a little disturbance because you have a little more grass in the pitch area, and basically the studs that the players carry. Here's a through ball, here's an opportunity. Fauché, can he cross this one? Flick on. Here is a shot. Player should have done so much better. He had time, but the technique, the skill wasn't there. You know, you basically had to hit sort of a side volley, probably fall onto this one, and probably the goalkeeper would have to make a save. But good passage of play from DENNERY, but the finishing was very poor.
Again, you see DENNERY getting into the area, getting the opportunities, creating the opportunities, but not having the skill set to finish it off. And he was a good passage of play for DENNERY, that cross coming over from the right side and finding him unmarked on top of the 6 yard with the goal beckoning.
The player had to be ready. The player just basically had to be ready, because if you look around, eventually you knew that ball was going to come to you, so you had to be ready.
And wasn't ready on this occasion, as Soufriere has possession, trying to get it out of the area. Many bodies there, but they've done well so far, and really keeping possession. A little bit of trickery, but losing possession to DENNERY. Just looking for the trickery, and needs to get the ball out of there a little quicker than that. Is Soufriere working it out from the defense. But if you look at it, there's not a lot of movement for the Soufriere lads up front. There's not giving the person with the ball the option, and this time Jazani Henry, the skipper, gives him the option, unable to keep it. And again, you see possession being exchanged at every second, really. But Soufriere is with an attack. Oh, now he's surrendered. Before you can mention it, critic, it's gone to
the football. Because you see, they're trying to play too fast. They're trying to play too fast, so they hurry themselves into making mistakes.
That's correct.
There's a good through ball. Touch to the right side. Touch. A little more on this one. A little more purchase on the pass. The idea was there, but a poor execution on the pass. DENNERY continues to keep possession. Looks ahead and see what's available. Touch.
Lovely, lovely football all the way for DENNERY.
Yeah.
Moving it through the middle.
Again, you can see the intent of DENNERY. It's just the execution that's keeping them back a bit.
Really good work for DENNERY, especially in that center. And we mentioned that before. And now on this occasion, getting the ball back all the way through to Anton, just keeping their composure, keeping their shape, and moving that ball around. That's about 7 passes they've been able to put together and still in possession. I'd like to see that little passage for DENNERY. Can they keep it? How far can they push with that? Looking good. And moving up at the right flank is the defender passing again, a step over, and that excellent work for DENNERY. Soufriere is running. They're running circles around the defense of Soufriere at the minute.
Soufriere basically can't get a grip of what's happening. The ball is moving around very quick, and good movement and good passing by DENNERY as well. I say so. We have a loose pass into the area.
Again.
Here is the time for Soufriere to go up the right flank now. Here comes in. Good interception. Good aggression on tackling. And the ball now, of course, goes to DENNERY.
Yes, again, DENNERY gets the throw in. Good little exchange. No time for panicking for Soufriere. Just needs to settle and try to keep the ball. There wasn't a time when they did so. Got a few passes together, but DENNERY quickly just quelled that fire that started, and they too decided to keep the football, and they've been able to do so a little better. Just cannot find that final pass in that area to put the player just in a good scoring position. DENNERY a long searching ball at search, but found the Soufriere player.
A little risky in terms of what he tried to do. Try to go cross field. There is an opportunity. Soufriere still continuing. Good defending, wanting to do too much. He needed to link up with a player. Ball now spreads to the right side. Let's see if we can take on his man. Still in possession. Player lost his footing. Got a little knock there. Referee didn't see it. Play still continues.
A player hasn't recovered from the knock. I think this time he's just coming back in. But of course, something had happened there. I was just about to talk of the positioning of the referee, Roy Joseph. He's really doing a bit of work this evening, and you can see him really close enough to most of the play. He might have missed that one, but he is really doing a lot of movement in the game and close enough to the play.
Yeah, he may have just needed his assistant probably could have made that call to assist him. But I guess he too missed it out. But anyhow, the game continues. Possession to Soufriere. We have a one-time pass, one-touch pass. Ball comes across. Good defending, which results in a throw for Soufriere. Majority of the Soufriere attack is on the left side. There's a player there, Dreadlocks. I can't really pick him out just yet, but he seems to be the one trying to muster the attack from the left side for Soufriere.
Soufriere has had some good-looking attack, and the same player in question, he's in possession now, distributing the ball, comes across, and again Anton rises as does the Petit Piton and takes control of this one. He rises majestically, is Anton, and a nice lob to his man right up there. So Anton is really setting his mark on this game as we speak.
What I realize is a tactic by DENNERY that's not soon as Anton gobbles the ball, he throws in an attack immediately. So that may just be a ploy there by DENNERY to hit Soufriere on the counter attack. So it worked to a certain extent, but they keep on trying it to see if they can get the flat or the defenders in an awkward position and take the lead again, or increase the lead. Sorry.
Yes, Soufriere in possession, moving it very nicely. Again, this little dreadlock in almost every attack for Soufriere, almost every threatening attack for Soufriere, he is involved. He's all over the place, getting very involved in that. I like the work that he's putting in, heavy workload. Anton clears it from 18 yard to 18 yard,
box to box,
box to box, and it goes all the way through, and really no damage. Just a speculative ball down the ground, and hoping. That's what you call a ball for the hopeful, and nothing came off it, Anton. And again, Soufriere can't seem to keep possession. That ball goes out, and then we will be given a throw-in, which is taken quickly. Much to the dismay of the referee, he's still asking some questions.
I think it was a positioning of the thrower. This time it's a foul throw, which is seldom seen in football these days. So now it's a throw into Soufriere.
Yes, this is pretty elementary stuff. Again, just a long searching ball. What is he searching for? Can he find it?
Reception right there. They're not able to keep the football. Yeah, the Dennery players need to stop carrying the football and make passes.
Yes, once you carry the ball, critic, it's really causing the miscommunication because you've taken up space from your player. You've again ball coming in very quickly into the 18-yard of the Dennery team, but dealt with, and a throw-in will be the result.
We have a player down for Dennery. Needing some attention. Remember, he made a run with that football. He seems to be okay. He got up in his own power. But again, he brought this on upon himself, wanting to carry that ball from his half all the way up. You could carry, but at some point in time, you have to lay the ball off and continue with your run.
At this point in time, we may have to refer to him as a messenger. He wants to carry it all the way through.
Probably works for DHL or FedEx.
Maybe so. Yes, and throwing to Soufriere, referee back into position. Again, we really need to get the... And again, Soufriere, the throw-in, and this time they find the back of the net. Soufriere pulls one back. 1-1 is the score in the 38th minute.
It looks like it's the skipper. Am I correct? No. But he came into the area unmarked, and again the movement you spoke of, the movement which saw him get across, and the defense for Dennery basically left him unmarked, and he was able to start home. Look at this.
Yes, and this Rasta, this dreadlock player, the skipper was in the vicinity, but he was not the one who converted.
All right, so Soufriere finding the back of the net, making it one apiece, and it gets very interesting now.
Deep into the first half, and one apiece is Soufriere. Well, we can almost say it was against the run of play, critic, where they got this goal, because then we had been mounting up some solid attacks, and now Soufriere growing in confidence. You see them beginning now to take possession of the football in the attacking third, and really looking to put some pressure on Dennery. They could just easily keep the football again. Dennery in possession, and this one
over the top, ball over the defense. Needs to calm himself. Goalkeeper standing big, hole in his frame. Again, we see the situation where he came out, but he still didn't say anything, and that could have just troubled the defense. But very, very good pass, just ahead of the defense. Seems to be working every time that Dennery mounts an attack. They put that ball just ahead of the defense of Soufriere, making it very difficult. And as we say so, we see a card. Again, I spoke of tackling. Player all the way on the byline, but the defender was still throwing in a tackle, which was not needed.
Totally unnecessary and resulting in a card. So you speak of that, and sometimes on the back end, these silly fouls can cost you on the back end, especially in a tight game like this. It can really have a negative effect on your defensive play.
Most definitely. Kinds of put you on the back foot, because you have a card over you already. You may not want him to go into tackles, and if you have a very nippy player, he might want to trouble you and may have no choice but to put in a tackle who can result in a card. So you want to, if you take in a card, you take a card for a serious offense, not those little niggling fouls. Offside called.
Again, Dennery just can't seem to get that same kind of impetus that they started the game with, and Soufriere getting a little bit more composed now, especially in defense.
Yeah, they're a little more settled, but I'm still worried about the communication between the goalkeeper and the defenders ahead of him, because every time that ball breaks, he seems to be indecisive to a certain extent of how he's going to gobble up that ball. But it seems to be that's what Dennery wants to do. Just put the ball just ahead of the defenders and see if their man can lash on to a through ball.
Yes, they've tried that ploy from the onset. I think it's brought them some success, but they have not been able to finish it.
You see immediate press there. Ball comes across. Second attempt in crossing that football, not able to get his to the area. He gets past his man, but the last pass in terms of that cross, this is the second attempt that he's tried and it's gone behind the goal.
It just cannot seem to wrap that left foot around the ball enough to get it into the area. But he's done well to get past his man. Again, DENNERY winning the aerial passes, DENNERY winning a lot of the aerial balls, and we...
Yeah, unfortunately, there I see a defender may have just slipped and hit Fauché in the back of the head.
And that is
the number 21 for DENNERY, Fauché.
And John.
The goal scorer.
And Lee, is it Lee John for Soufriere, the number 10? And he...
Curtly John.
Curtly John?
Curtly, yeah.
Curtly John. He's the dreadlock that we've been trying to get his name all night long. He's been really busy, very engaged, and we can see him. Is that him? There are two dreadlocks on the team. There is the number 9, and
I think it's the number 10. The number 10 has been the one. He's been the spark trying to lead the attack for Soufriere.
And he's been very involved.
Yeah, he's been busy.
Very, very involved
this evening. Ball over the top again. Again, not able to get control of the football.
And I can tell you, the aerial balls are really troubling the defense of Soufriere. Even the keeper himself is not very comfortable with that kind of aerial ball. And the communication is lacking. So this is a weakness that the technical team would want to look into.
Most definitely. And now they have a corner to face. Seems to be an outswinger. Then we are appealing for a handle ball. None of it.
I'm not sure that he would be given. He should get a lottery ticket if he's awarded a handle ball under this circumstance.
Here's that ball on top again. Clivers taking too long with this one.
A lot too long.
Yeah,
the keeper did very well. He made himself big and really intercepted. Cut the angle out on him and still danger in the area. A bit of pushing and
I would love to see the replay on this chance, because look at this. Look at the time that he had. Ball over the top of the defense. Look at this. Bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 5 seconds before he even think of what he's trying to do. All he had to do from the time he got into the space, make up your mind and rush home.
Yes. Just want to dress the ball. Face powder, makeup, all sorts of things before he can just get this ball into the back of the net.
These days the ladies wear lashes, some long lashes, even lashes he wanted to put on before he lashed the ball.
Just needed to lash the ball.
That's all he needed to do.
Just needed to lash the ball.
Well, we hit the 45-minute mark. I think it's going to be 2 minutes in terms of added stoppage time in the first half. So that being said, it is still 1 apiece. So a lot of instructions are going to be coming to those teams during the break. As I say so, a ball lopped over the area trying to get Anton off his feet. He had to use every inch of his frame and his experience as well to ensure going to break that. They were not down 1 goal, but very, very, very enterprising by the youngster there. Catching Anton just off the line and trying to lob him from a very interesting area.
Again, it's Curtly John who's really causing some problems for the defense. Curtly John is helping in defense, and he is also putting in a really good shift in offense for Soufriere. So Curtly John causing some real problems, and DENNERY would do well. Again, a speculative ball to Anton. Anton reaches and just takes this one off the air, and again we see the same tactic being employed.
Quick counter
by DENNERY. Quick counter. This one is locked.
All over the top again. We want to get a better cross in this one. Fauché thinking of what he wants to do, but unable to execute.
Unable to execute is Fauché. Again, giving a ball away is Soufriere. Lobs, and Soufriere having some difficulty dealing with just little lob passes into the area. DENNERY has recognized that and trying to make use of that. Again, another ball into the...
There we see Soufriere in the attack. Nice little pass in the area. Curtly John using the outside of the foot. Called offside. called offside. May have just rushed into this one. But again, you could see, despite SOUFRIERE not having the better of the exchanges, but when they get up top, they're troubling the defense of DENNERY, and the flag came to the rescue.
The flag did come to the rescue. We've spoken of Curtly John all night, and Curtly John seemed to be causing some real problems for the back four of DENNERY.
There's an opportunity. Ball still in the area. Again, opportunities on either end. Tough guys. I expect we're in for some more goals come the second half, but at this juncture, it brings us to the end of the first half. I hope you enjoyed the thrilling encounter so far, because there's so much to come with Clive vs. Jews and yours truly, Tennis in Glasgow. Stick around. The second half will commence momentarily.
Got a battery, man.
That's how I go off. Yeah, check me. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home with a home sweet mortgage. You are number one. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. See that new home, we get it. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Now when you won't regret it. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home Flex, a home equity line of credit. Home Quest, for professionals building new dreams. And Home Switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home Sweet Mortgages, make it your own. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Need a new home, we get it. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
My journey into business began in one of the hardest moments of my life. In 2020, I lost my job from the hotel industry and my husband was temporarily laid off from his.
As a couple with young kids, at the time, we had to ensure that we had a steady income.
We decided to convert the lower floor of my home into vacation rentals. But we needed support to grow.
The credit union couldn't go any further and financing felt out of reach.
But everything changed when we were introduced to Elite Builders Capital, a product made just for us from Bank of St. Lucia.
With their help, we completed our last 2 units. 2 of our villas were inspired by our kids, Melo for Melody and Samu for Samuel.
Now we have 6 fully furnished villas, ready for more guests.
From the time I knock my knee, I think the eyesight go in.
But what you have to do with your eyes?
Well, that's why I came for a checkup.
Côté Cox Optical, ou pas besoin après examination yo toujours fait. Docteur a bien indiqué un travail. Ou ça joindre lunettes à ce qu'il dit. Ex unique discount NIC ou kay joindre 50% discount. Please, changer. Frame pour lunettes ka commencer à yon d'or.
Cox Optical, bon Jésus. Higher purchase là? Bon Jésus.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Shop with confidence and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Plus, with Ready Finance, shop today and pay later. No fine print and no tricks. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
My name is Roycelyn Terrence and I've been riding for 17 years. What I enjoy most about riding, the adrenaline rush that comes with it. One of the reasons I believe that bikers get into accidents, you get so caught up in enjoying riding that you don't remember that it's not only you on the road. A couple years ago, I was in a bike accident, could have lost my life, but luckily for me, I had this helmet. This is what saved my life and this is why I'm here with you today to share this testimonial. I'm telling you to stay safe, be vigilant and wear your helmet.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home with a home sweet mortgage. You are number one. Home Sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. See that new home, we get it. Home Sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Act now when you won't regret it. POSL. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home Flex, a home equity line of credit. Home Quest for professionals. professionals building new dreams. And Home Switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home Sweet Mortgages, make it your own. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Need a new home, we get it. OSL. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com. OSL.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the Semi-Pro League and this is what we love. Let's go. Whoa, oh, oh, this is what we love. Whoa, oh, oh, this is what we love. Let's play. Whoa, oh, oh, this is what we love. This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Leveraging football to transform lives.
My journey into business began in one of the hardest moments of my life. In 2020, I lost my job from the hotel industry and my husband was temporarily laid off from his.
As a couple with young kids, at the time, we had to ensure that we had a steady income.
We decided to convert the lower floor of my home into vacation rentals. But we needed support to grow.
The credit union couldn't go any further and financing felt out of reach.
But everything changed when we were introduced to Elite Builders Capital, a product made just for us from Bank of St. Lucia.
With their help, we completed our last 2 units. 2 of our villas were inspired by our kids, Melo for Melody and Samo for Samuel.
Now we have 6 fully furnished villas, ready for more guests.
From the time I knock my knee, I think the eyesight go in.
But what's your knee have to do with your eyes?
Well, that's why I came for a checkup. Côté Cox Optical, ou pas besoin appointment, avec examination yo toujours free. Docteur a bien indiqué un travail. Ou sa joindre lunettes à ce qu'on dit. Avec si on est 4 discount NIC, ou kay joindre 50% discount plus. Changer. Frame pour lunettes ka commencer à $1.
Hot Optical, on jésus moi. Higher purchase là, on jésus nous moi.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Shop with confidence and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other product, value home. Special conditions apply.
And it's back to live action right here in Grosile at the Francis Babalastic grounds. And immediately as the interaction, the flag is raised. We have some substitutions. Sherman St. Rose is coming in for Kendall Fauché. Of course, when you see Fauché, you know immediately it's Dennery. Fauché, the name quite synonymous with Dennery. And it's one apiece. Yours truly back with your tennis in Glasgow in the company of Clivus Jules, who's done a remarkable job substituting for Elijah Williams.
I'm not sure that I could fill in those big shoes of Elijah Williams, but I'll do my very best this evening again. And thank you. Welcome back to all our viewers. And we have Jamie Prosper coming in again for Torian Joseph. So 2 substitutions for Dennery at the half. Dennery bringing in some more firepower.
They need that. As a matter of fact, who knows? Might be a tactical change or maybe some niggling injuries. We haven't got the insight, but clearly Dennery wants to go down on the East Coast with those 3 points tonight. And they had a fairly good first half. A little peg back by the goal that they were able to suffer with. But I still think within the 2 teams, this Dennery team has enough to go over the line.
Well, if you go on pedigree of the teams, you may believe so. But of course, this evening it's been Even Stevens and substitution for Soufriere. Christian Alexander comes in for Dante Seville. Number 20, Christian Alexander replaces number 13, Dante Seville.
So both teams, of course, just juggling with their lineups, seeing how best they can get the better of their players. Some fresh legs needed, whether it be in attack or defense. But both teams certainly not leaving any stone unturned because they know how vital those 3 points are.
And definitely, and of course, you spoke of a possibility of niggles. It's interesting that you mentioned that because the teams need to manage. You know, the season there's still a lot of games to go in the season, and you want to manage your squad well, and that may be some of the tactical considerations you would need to move along. So, Dennery making 2 changes and Soufriere making 1.
Also, I don't know if you realize, but both teams seem to be encouraging their players. Many times you watch matches and, you know, maybe a ill pass or situation where, you know, a player may want to have his head down, but we hear encouragement from both teams asking players to forget about it and let's play.
Yes, and that's a good sign for the semi-professional football league altogether, because you see that kind of positive energy finding its way into the tournament, and as the tournament grows stronger, this is really a good sign for the tournament. And again, a searching ball into the 18-yard and the tall figure of Anton Richard. Excellent take here by the doctor. It looks like Jamie Prosper.
Yeah, good take. He has been having a very good season. So basically, as he goes, Dennery goes. So very, very good take there by him. Very good take.
Very, very good take from Jamie, and just getting the defender out of the way at the same time, throwing to Dennery. Long throw into the 18-yard box. Dennery still in possession there, threatening possession at Dennery. That's Soufriere able to get it out, and
better passing, intercepted, but poor passing. Trying 1 too many dribbles. You had recovery. Here's a through ball again. Pace this time. Here's a good attempt. Tough luck there by the skipper. Henry would want this chance again. You would not want anybody else to have this opportunity but him. He's been working hard. He's the captain. He leads by example. But then again, the pace on that ball and the little dip coming down the slope of the cricket pitch may have just thrown him off a bit.
Yes, but a good attempt from Soufriere nonetheless. And really, Anton Richard was really found wanting on this occasion. But Jazani Henry could not find the accuracy he needed to get that ball in the back of the net. But still, we watch the game critically, and we still believe it's still even Stevens, really. The scoreline is even, but in terms of the exchanges, it's even as well.
Yes, it is. It is, because remember, they're not too far off each other. And again, it's all about levels. If you have Dennery in 8th and you have Soufriere in 10th, the levels, which means that they're 2 different teams. The table doesn't lie, and there's not much disparity between the 2. So chances will be given at either end when either gets the football.
Again, infringement being spotted there by Lesroy Joseph, and he makes the call. It's on the number 4, Shaquan Dovius for DENNERY.
Again, you see him speaking to the player, explaining at full length why the call was made.
Which is a really good sign for Lesroy.
Yeah, not only that too, in terms of the league in itself, we don't only want players to play football. I think the league in itself basically wants to have a holistic approach, that you live here as a mature human being, somebody who's disciplined, somebody who can fend for themselves, because football and sports as a whole instills discipline in you. And if you can carry that outside the playing field, we would have made a good human being to society.
Yes, it's a holistic development of our players, and that's what this St. Lucia Semi-Pro is all about, educating the players. And now we see Lesroy, the referee, adding to that impetus with his just providing that gentle explanation to the players, getting them in tune with what is going on, as we see a short speculative drive coming from the offensive player for DENNERY, but that is well wide and not going to trouble the keeper, but to just retrieve and to spot to get that ball back into play.
Sure bet. Any opportunity given, have a go. You just never know. And we see Soufriere playing from the back. One pass got the player into the other half immediately. Very good effective passing there by Soufriere. Can they continue? Again, number 10 trying to do too much with the football. There are instances where he should have played a wall pass. He got this pass, hit back and move into space. But he tends to always want to run with the football. And that being said, there is a chance therefore. And he's blown offside.
The whistle came, and a very welcome whistle for the defense of Soufriere, because the young man had gone past them. The number 15 for DENNERY, that's Shaquille Williams, who had gotten through, but the offside flag was waved, and Lesroy Joseph, the referee, would have blown the whistle. Possession with Soufriere again. Let's see how effective they can make this possession. The game still even, Stephen. We're into the second half, and if you're just joining us, it's Soufriere taking on DENNERY, and really DENNERY sits at 8th, and Soufriere in the relegation zone at 10 in the Premier Division.
Interesting too, I saw a little communication between Nixon David, the number 9, and the number 10, which is Legion from Soufriere. You're just communicating among themselves, trying to see how they can get past the defense of DENNERY. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast how important communication is, not only in terms of all around the pitch, but combinations.
Yes.
Combinations. You know, as I said earlier, the number 10 always tends to want to carry the football, but there are occasions where you need to lay off and move into space. And I think that's what Nixon David was just telling him.
Again, this time it's another corner for DENNERY. The first in the second half for them, and it is Foshe, the goal scorer, who's going to whip this one in, and it's into the area. Again, the keeper does not deal with it effectively. DENNERY still in possession, looking to whip it back in, and not doing so. Soufriere gets it out, but only as far as the midfield, and he does not do a good job. Soufriere is back in possession with Henry. Henry is running a speculative ball forward, but nobody running onto that.
I think he could have played his ball to the right side. I think he had more time and space to play in number 11. Because if you look at it, he played his guy into traffic, whereas the right side had less individuals. So we'll have a numerical situation where they could have capitalized on.
Yes, and they really did not have the vision on that occasion to play that more effective ball. So decision making again are coming to question here. But nevertheless, it's still a very evenly poised game. And the exchanges, the teams will want to settle down in the second half. They did so very well towards the middle and back end of the first half, but they want to do a lot earlier in the second half. The engines, the adrenaline has been pumping, and the engine been running for a good 45 minutes.
Keep in mind, if you're coming off the break, you may have received instructions from the coaches in terms of how to approach the second half. And remember, youngsters, games are not won in 1 minute. You have to manage the 90 minutes. So the first half has gone. You level the score. So now you have to figure out how to manage the next 45. all this hustling and jostling, you need to save that energy to last throughout the next 45 minutes.
Yes, it's a sustainable use of the energy, conserving it and utilizing it when necessary. Another corner comes in, whipped in. Keeper does not pick up cleanly, but punches it out and no. High speculative attack launched there. This one is more reminiscent of a 6 being hit here at the Francis Babalasti grounds.
Yeah, 6 was needed last night.
More than 1-6.
Yeah, rather speculative shot. I don't think you want to see the replay of that. But goal kick to SOUFRIERE. And there is the combination again with number 9 and 10. And David just trying to get back into this one, able to keep it inside. Yeah, SOUFRIERE, all right. Now it's time to cool down. Make some passes, going over the top. Defender dealing with it quite comfortably. And here we see possession to DENNERY.
Again, this.
Yeah, the referee just got into the way. See a drop ball coming up. I just want to say a special good night to my good friend in the production team. That's Dogu. Dogu, I saw you guarded 3 points today, which I'm referring to your Manchester versus Chelsea. So I know you're happy. You were very lucky as well, but that's football for you. There's always an element of luck needed. So a special good night to you, Dogu. Hope that luck can carry through to Rosso when you play your next encounter. As I say so, we see DENNERY playing a through ball strike. Again, lacking a little composure. Clivers, he could have carried 1-2 and have a better situation to shoot or to cut back. And these are occasions players need to capitalize on. Those little situations can change the whole complexion of the game.
Just rushing it a little
Very
bit too
much
much.
so.
Just rushing it. Sometimes they have a little bit more time than they believe they do. And again, we see good defensive work there by DENNERY. Running this one up the line and looking for his winger. Not making accurate pass again, but the game's been it's a tough second half now, and it seems to be putting in some work on that number 10, Curtly John. DENNERY, the touches are a little bit heavier on him.
Yeah,
the defenders.
I just watched the team sheet, and the number 10 it says Lee John.
Yeah,
there is a Curtly John, but the Curtly John
is where number 6
is number 6.
So the number 10 is Lee John.
Yeah.
So we have to correct that.
Make
So
sure we have
apologies,
the right John.
apologies to our viewers. We've been saying Curtly,
yeah.
but this one is Lee John at the number 10, and we really have to apologize to him. He's been doing a lot of work, and Curtly been getting some credit this evening. But Lee John been doing a lot of work.
A lot of work, yeah. Possession now to SOUFRIERE. Again, wasting time again, communication, leaving the ball for the goalkeeper. These are little situations you don't want because you're basically drawing problems to yourself. Again, good defense there. That's Nixon David. And the dreadlocks, number 9. Big number to carry. When you have number 9, Clivers with his pure goal scorers.
Yes. And Nixon David has not acquitted himself in that fashion this evening.
Not at all. Long throw in the area, resulting in a corner. Pressure right now on SOUFRIERE. Let's see how they can deal with the corner.
So far, so good for SOUFRIERE. They've really been able to negotiate 3 or 4 corners from the DENNERY team in the second half. The keeper has been able to parry and punch out of the area. This one is lofted in, and he would not be troubled by this one.
No.
Very poor delivery by Javel Fauché on this occasion.
Basically, a left alone.
Yes, definitely a left alone. Everybody just left that one and watch it go to hit the side netting.
We have SOUFRIERE now playing from the back. They seem quite comfortable to a certain extent. Ball comes into midfield. Again, poor header, giving DENNERY back the possession. Tough play there, loose pass. SOUFRIERE intercepting, searching pass upfield, not keeping the football like I mentioned. Very difficult to find a player all the way across with 4 players at you. So the guys need to show a little more patience when they have the football.
Definitely, and then we did that at a certain point to midway in the first half to good effect. Now we're seeing both teams just really rushing long speculative ball into the area, but fantastic hand. That's the hand of God, really, from the Soufriere keeper.
Yeah, he did brilliant. As a matter of fact, he read the flight of the football, the pace as well, and just used the pace to get out of the area. That being said, it is back to DENNERY. DENNERY spreading to the midfield, wanting a better touch. Soufriere intercepting, trying to build from midfield as well. As a situation, trying to play his man in. DENNERY intercepting, ball to the right side. Fake like he's going to cross this one. Still in control. DENNERY back in the middle. A one-touch pass. Can they continue? Shot defender doing pretty well, making his body big. Here's an opportunity. Snapshot and what a goal! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, Clivers. The goalkeeper is upset, but there's nothing he could have done about it. The play came in and the kicker wasted no time and just kicking on the onset right in the what we call the jetness, where the wasp would hide or Jack Spaniels would hide. Look at this shot. Whoop, goalkeeper standing, no chance. Then we're taking the lead, 2-1.
And it is coming off the boot of Elijah Joseph, but beautifully taken goal. The shot was on target. The shot was fiery. Lot of venom in this one, but beautifully taken goal.
Oh yes, when you see a goalkeeper is in rage and not able to move a muscle, it tells you that he's very upset. But again, nothing you could have done about it. Again, we just saw the full passage of play of DENNERY. The defense of Soufriere unable to deal with it at all because the movement was so quick, the passing was so intricate, and they got the final ball to make it at the back of the net.
And that is exactly what we spoke of earlier, Critic. Just the patience, moving the ball,
right.
No rush, just moving the ball from side to side. We saw DENNERY moving it left, moving it right, not getting the support. And as soon as they got the opening, they were able to slot it home. Excellently taken goal.
That is a good advert for St. Lucia semi-pro football. I'm hoping the production team can pull this little package together to show the level of football that we have in St. Lucia, the level of football we inspire to, because this is so beautiful. That is why football is the most enjoyed and the favorite game around the world.
Around the world, and that the numbers seem to speak to that. Football is a lovely game, a beautiful game it's called, and DENNERY really a great little passage and a good advert, as you would have indicated, for semi-pro football. Lovely, lovely, lovely. They deserve to be ahead 2-1.
Now is a searching pass upfield. Again, DENNERY wasting no time trying to create some mayhem at the back there for Soufriere. Soufriere, let's see how they're going to respond. Here is the skipper. Tries to play his man in a fortuitous bounce. Trying to force in this one. Again, you see that's why the rhythm of the Soufriere team, their passing needs a lot to be desired. They seem eager to pass the ball like now in midfield. But when they get to the final third, Clivers, they're so confused as per what to do.
Yes, just to have the patience. Again, well slotted, fantastic passing. Is the defense able to deal with it? DENNERY is really running around there, looking for this one. The keeper, next goal, the keeper did not. There was certainly a flag, but again, you could see the excitement. The keeper not holding. He was just able to parry, and DENNERY pouncing. But of course, the flag was raised.
Yeah, again, you see the movement of DENNERY. And of course, once they get past the man and they're in the area, they will shoot. And a good follow up. It's a pity he was offside, but again, Soufriere 6s and 7s at the back are not able to deal with the movement of the DENNERY team.
Good offensive work by the DENNERY team. Settled nicely. Soufriere would really need to just calm things down, but the only way they could do that, Critic, is possession of the football.
Yeah, possession and of course good communication. You know, what I see with them is that nobody really advising. As much as you have a coach, but you need a leader on the pitch. And that is not to play down young Henry, but sometimes you need to be more vocal in your actions. You need to flare up some arms. You need to make players take responsibility and accountability for their responsibility on the pitch. And I'm not seeing that. I can see them playing, but when it comes to, you know, the final aspect of it all, they're just not able to execute.
Yes, good point that you made. Just the leadership on the pitch is lacking. And again, Soufriere looking to rush through things. DENNERY just intercepting a good long searching ball. And
you need to be stronger, youngster.
He's much stronger. He can't seem to look for assistance from the referee on this occasion. This is not bedroom football here.
Needs to be so much stronger. This is Division 1 football you're playing. This is the Premier League. So you have to be up to speed with it. Again, a ball played to the left side. Stay on your feet, youngster. Open those arms. You'll be disappointed with this one.
Substitution requested. I think.
Man down needs some attention. It looks like is it Javel Fouché? Is he?
Yeah, it is
He
Fouché,
seems to be
number
Fouché.
21.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in what's happening. I see him waving his hands like he wants a substitution. I guess the physio will assess. Looks like it's a hamstring or groin injury.
Yes, he's been pulling in a good shift this evening. Javel has been very involved. You see him coming back to support. He's always tracking back. He's back up in the offensive third. So he's worked very hard this evening, and he's now looking for some assistance from the staff.
It looks like his race is run. Let's see what the outcome will be. Able to get up in his power, but there's a little limp. Physio saying, have a drink, have some more water if the water can assist. Or the sponge or the spray. And I say so when we see two substitutions there for SOUFRIERE. The players are already wanting to get in. No movement of anyone just yet. Looks like Kester Jean will be coming in for Lance Andrew. Throwing possession to DENNERY. Ball played towards the right side. That's a lot of running there. Able to hold up, put in a cross. SOUFRIERE able to recover. And it's a throw-in. Also, we see Manish Pierre-Louis coming in for Nixon David, the number 9, which we spoke of. He's going to be making his way as well. His race is run.
Yeah, so a good shift by the number 9.
There's an opportunity. Snapshot. Keeper doing well with a foot save. Defender able to get past his player. Poor pass.
Again, a communication issue there for SOUFRIERE.
Yeah.
Just can't seem to get that communication going as they would have liked SOUFRIERE. A keeper coming up with the save, a foot save. Good work from him. He's able to just block off the angle and keep that ball out of the goal. But good offensive work from DENNERY yet again.
Yeah, as we see the guy throwing in, is a signal for a substitution as well. Players seems to be falling like trees. Fouché is still in the mix. Player getting a little knock in the area. Possession back to DENNERY on the right side. The coach for DENNERY, you could hear him screaming. That's Estefan saying, put it back in the area. Good try, resulting in a corner for DENNERY. And as I say so, another tree has fallen.
Yes, they're falling like ripe mangoes on a windy day. Really, I think.
What type of mango?
Mango long.
Mango. He looks like a tin quem.
The tin quem don't have to be ripe for it to fall.
Exactly. So it's a corner for DENNERY. Listen, Eli, I know you want you to do. I'm having some real fun as usual, and no better pick but Clivus Jules.
It's been some good fun this evening as this one comes across, whips across, and there's a player at the far pole, but the head of the defender will find it before him, and it's difficult work there at this one. We're into the second half, deep into the second half as well, and really putting in the work. The bodies are beginning, the toll is beginning to be taken on the bodies of the
now,
of
as
the
you
players.
mentioned, far pole. When I watch football at home, normally I watch it on a French channel, Canal Plus. And I'm so intrigued by how the French how they commentate. Like as you said, Farpole, the French would say, Deuxième poteau, deuxième poteau, deuxième poteau. Listen, when I watch football at home, my son will tell you, I watch it on the French channel, just for the excitement of the French. So deuxième poteau. Deuxième poteau. So we say Farpole.
Yeah, but it's deuxième poteau with the second pool.
Yeah, man.
And the physio from the Dennery team is really having his work cut out for him this evening, as he's been called upon to earn his skip this evening.
Yes, and I just had a little chat with Dogo. The reason why I watch it on the French channel, because when you have several games played at the same time, what they do, they split the screen. If you have 4 games, they show you all 4 games simultaneously, so you don't miss a heartbeat. And if a goal is scored, the television makes a sound like boom, 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 so it alerts you of the other game. Well, there's so much happening with technology these days, you know. So that's why I always try to watch.
You don't need to miss anything.
That's
so you
right.
can have the split screen and you could watch all of the games simultaneously. You could focus. You can zone in on whichever one you want. And if something is happening more interesting, you get it.
That's the whole idea.
But
I just love to hear those guys.
Deuxième poteau.
So Eli, tomorrow when you come back, my brother, we're gonna start using Premier Poteau. Deuxième poteau.
But if you do that, you may be leaving out some of our football fans, you know.
Now they'll enjoy it. We'll explain. But it's really exciting here at the Francis Babalastic grounds. If you've never been to this ground, you need at some point in time to come in and take in some live football right here. I think the job that they have done here is remarkable compared to how the field was and how it is now. There's so much happening at this facility. So
it's transformed.
Yes, you need
definitely
to come in
transformed.
Here. Yeah.
Again, Dennery. You did not miss much whilst we had that little bit of exchange. Sous le deuxième poteau. And the action is continuing. Dennery is in possession again. They go down the right flank looking for that ball across. He is unable to get it through. The defender dealt with it partially. Looking again to the number 10, that's Lee John. Lee John, who's been very, very busy this evening. And of course, it will be a throw into Soufriere.
Yeah, again, I would love to see some more tactics from the Soufriere team. Like, for example, I would probably try to move Lee John into a more central location. Try to pull up the defense, do something different, send him to the other side, just to see if he have some more joy elsewhere. Because he seems to be the spark of the attack for Soufriere.
Yes, sir, definitely would want to see Lee John playing in a role that will cause some more problems for the Dennery team, because he's been troubling them, but he's basically troubling them in the defense of Soufriere. You want that action to be in the last part of the team, of the field. So this is some tactical move that Soufriere might need to employ. But Lee John has been busy this evening as Soufriere is in possession, looking for that long ball. The defense of Dennery is able to deal with, and there's a bit of basketball being played. I think I was thinking Leslie would have missed that, but he caught it.
Yeah, he's been up there in terms of his positioning. And anytime you do a game and you mention less of the official, it clearly shows that he's having a good game. And so far so good. You don't even hear the players clamoring at him. So he's been on top of what he's doing. And that being said, it's a searching pass. And he lash onto it through pass. Yeah, the dreadlocks would have to use some strength in there. Keep Anton balling for this one, but the defense, of course, wasting no time. Often said that defenders take heed despite the cry of the goalkeeper, but you get the ball out of the area.
Definitely did not chance it. Even if the keeper called, he saw that he had the opportunity to get it out of the area, and he did exactly that. And possession is with Dennery at the minute, looking for that ball. Jamie Prosper trying to get him into the game. Jamie has not been able to really get into the pace of the game since he came in, and really looking to work his way into the game.
There is John. Too much traffic around him. I think again they rush that pass. If you're down one, you need to take your time. You don't rush those situations. You ensure your team is set up, and then you deal with the free kick. It's a goal kick now to Soufriere. Another substitution for Soufriere. And then number 16 going out. Number 16 is John Gaston. And they're number 15 it is Antoine Herman. Antoine Herman is the one going out. And number 17 is coming in.
Wendell Joseph.
Number 17 is Tyrell Julian. Is it? And okay. Yeah? Making sure the production team is on the same wavelength. However, we'll sort it out.
Yes.
We'll sort it out. But back on the field, it's a sort of a long floor, just taking it easy. Try to construct their way into the final third. There you go. Keep it ticking, keep it ticking, keep it ticking. And using the experience.
Looking again for Jamie Prosper. Found Jamie Prosper. Jamie Prosper can't get a good pass. Yeah, but they really look to provide some service to Jamie Prosper just to get him into the game, and he's not able to get in just as yet. 75 minutes gone in this encounter.
Sometimes very difficult to come off the bench and try to get into the rhythm of the game. And we see a searching pass. DENNERY able to deal with it. A little too much on that pass right there.
Again, you're hearing the call, take it easy, take it easy. Just trying to get the game, just get the players to slow it down, especially the SOUFRIERE team, a little bit too exuberant in the exchange room. Probably because they're down, critically trying to rush to get the goal, but you wouldn't get it in 1 or 2 seconds.
Exactly. Not only that too, the technical team needs to pass that message that you have about 15 odd minutes to go, so thereby players are aware, because we don't have a clock facility at the facility where you could raise up and see how much time is left. So again, game management, you pass the message around, guys, 15 minutes to go, so nobody is hasty, knowing of the time factor, and they better be able to construct passes, and who knows, get a shot and goal or even score.
Yes, there should be no rush with all of that time left in the game. It really should be looking to construct, to build towards a goal.
Searching pass to the right side to take on his man with a temp. There is a foul holding back the player. Referee missed out on this one, clearly holding the player back. As I say so, the players will now want to get onto him, saying how you missed this one. But again, we want to see somebody now run up to the referee just to put a little pressure on him. You know, these are some of the things that you can do to show.
You realize that he's gotten one wrong, so you want to get
disrespect him.
Correct.
Just go up to him in a kind of way.
Just say something.
If you missed a call or something, you know.
Yeah, just to let him know that he's in the big league as well as an official.
Listen, I tell you, when I played ball, I was on top of things. You know, we would be on this to let it happen again. You know, even a skipper would go there and say, "Ref, how much time is left?"
Yeah,
you know, just to be part of the game, to know what you need to do.
You want to hear him, you know, and you want to have that exchange going with the referee, just to keep things interesting for your team. And of course, if you could get in his good books like that, you never know.
That's the whole idea.
You never know.
That's the whole idea. So it's a free kick now to SOUFRIERE deep in their half.
From all indications, they're going to go long with this one.
Yeah, but it's going to be very difficult because the wind factor. There you go. That ball ain't going to get any further than where it is there right now. So the wind needs to be taken into consideration as well.
And possession just surrendered
immediately. Again, dwelling on that pass a little too long is a matter of just controlling that football and keeping it ticking. The mere fact you're going to take 2 and 3 and 4 touches, you of course attract players coming your way and make it more difficult for yourself to get on the proper pass. That being said, someone just
another
Tin Quem fell again. But he's up. Looks like a Mongo Julie. He's up so quick.
Yes. It looks like it's been very, very hot in recent times, so a bit of dehydration setting in.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something, a lot of these players do not consume enough water. Before the game. So you find that the kind of heat that we have now, you're sweating even if you're not doing anything at the time. So you need to be consuming a lot of water.
As a matter of fact, you're sweating in places you never knew exist.
Correct.
And not only that, two players need to be off their feet. So a lot of young players not aware of that. You hydrate yourself, but you need also to stay off your feet.
Just to get those muscles relaxed.
That's right, that's right.
You've worked them hard, and you know they'll be working hard. So you just, but no, those players, they'll be walking up and down. They'll be doing all sorts of things.
Players need to take care of themselves, you know.
Yeah, I think all of this is part of the education that needs to come around the semi-professional football league. And we see it beginning to come. As we're discussing it here, and our viewers, just to let them know that they're not missing any action really,
not at all, just
because the physio is dealing, and this is SOUFRIERE now with the physio coming onto the ground. But the education has to start in terms of managing the players, managing their workload, managing the long season that they're having.
Yeah, and keep in mind as well, the game is not only played on the field. You have to manage yourself off the field.
Correct.
Because you can't really hide in football. If you're not fit, if you're not in condition, when you get on the field, it will show.
It definitely will.
So definitely players have to manage themselves. So it's a possession now to DENNERY. Again, the player looking a little tired, if you ask me, and just basically trying to clear this one. His teammate up, just talking to him and say, you should have done better. Let's try to correct this. This is good advice.
Yes, and it's a good sign that we're seeing the kind of encouragement, and looks like it was a foul throw.
Yeah.
This is maybe the second or third time we're seeing that this evening.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to get another opportunity to do it again. Substitution. But just whilst we wait for the substitution critic, just to take a quick look at the technical staff of the various teams, and you can see that the technical staff, as we see, Curtly John is being replaced by Myron Emmanuel. The presence of the teams at the bottom, the presence or lack thereof of the technical staff is something to be considered.
I think what the technical staff can do is to get more engaged, get more involved. I mean, it's all well and good you prepare a team, but on match day, on game day, I would love to see them pacing the technical area and advise the youngsters of what can be done in game. As much as you have given them the game plan and what they need to do, but whilst watching, you need to tweak things here and there. Also, you need to motivate players.
Correct.
I mean, I mentioned some names like Arnold Clouden, Flecky, and Anderson. Those players, those coaches would basically have you run through brick walls for them. But that doesn't happen overnight. It is something that you need to instill in players. So if a player sees you just sitting on the sideline, he's not going to run 1,000 miles for you because you show you no motivation, no interest as per se. So coaches need to take their responsibility as well. All well and good, you've coached the team, but on game day and during game situations, you need to get up and show the enthusiasm you want from that player.
Especially in crunch matches like this one.
Right.
You want them to feel your presence. You're into the technical area. You're shouting their names. You're calling the skipper. You just a word of encouragement, just to keep them going, to let them know that you are involved in the game. And we have not seen this this evening for this for
the SOUFRIERE team. As a matter of fact, for all the campaign, you could have some instructions here and there, but you need that situation where they can clearly push the players. The players need a push as well because they're human beings. Likewise, the coaches are human beings, so we need to push each other.
Definitely so. Corner kick.
There's a free ball, there's a chance for DENNERY to exploit the space. Can he carry and find a man in the box? Goes across. Good defending there by SOUFRIERE. Again, good action from DENNERY, utilizing the pace and going a full steam ahead, trying to peg the defense of SOUFRIERE back.
Yes, and it's a good scorer, Elijah Joseph, that really put them under that kind of pressure. And another corner kick this time. A short one whipped in out towards the goal, and still danger in the area, and this one just going out. The ball is basically pinballed in the 6-yard area.
And the goalkeeper did pretty well as well. I think he put in a foot save to a certain extent, right within the goal line. So it is very good. Pinball, yes, but the pushback was, in terms of the save, was brilliant.
Excellent. But looked very dangerous for DENNERY, looking to extend the lead, but not successful on this occasion. SOUFRIERE is holding their own. They've had the opportunities, not as many in this half as they did in the first half, but they've had the opportunities as well. And we mentioned that the service is not Lee John, who's really the live wire. He's almost taken out of the game by DENNERY at this time.
Yeah, he gets touches, but the touches are not in a threatening area. Correct. And as I say so, we see Anton just taking his time about this one. Highly experienced. You have a player down in the middle of the pitch area. He will need some attention. But like we mentioned, Lee John has never really been in a threatening position. That is why you need to tweak the situation every now and then and see how best.
Yes, and again, we see the toll being taken on the players, and we see the referee had to intervene there. Another player needed some attention, and then he's in possession. Down the line, looking for Jimmy. He gets it, looking to cut in. He's not been excellent this evening. Jamie Prosper, and throwing to DENNERY. Looks like it is Elijah. Is it Elijah, the number 24? It's Azad Nicholas who also has dropped it for the number 4 Shekwen Dovius throwing. SOUFRIERE in possession now, and that one just sit down the line. Then we will get possession right on the line.
Okay, goalkeeper collecting comfortably. And exit route. And that's another foul. Again, senseless. Player is ahead of you. When you put your hand around him, obviously there's going to be a foul. And so these are these little situations.
More than that, he had a defender right in front of the player. So what you need to do is just track back and provide some cover. But there's no need to come and hug this player as if you're in a relationship with him. This is again, the physios are called onto the field at very, very regular intervals.
Yeah, they're earning their money. They're really earning their money.
Dip into the second half, really into the 88th minute of this encounter. So it looks like they look like they'll be taking these 3 points to make things interesting mid-table.
Yeah, they're the better team, and clearly they took their chances, and defensively as well, they seem to be more aggressive and more organized, especially as you have Anton in goal as well. So they're the better team, and should they get over the line, it will be well deserved.
I think they've played some good football this evening. SOUFRIERE has played well in patches as well, not taking anything away from their efforts. They had an excellent goal scored there as well. The likes of Lee John has played excellently, and Anton, good punch out of their defense. In an authoritative manner, Anton comes out and double-fisted this one out of the area. Anton Richard experienced a tall, very strong looking, the number 1 on his back.
Very commanding, very big presence as well. However, it's another free kick to SOUFRIERE. They want it deep or just on top of the 18-yard mark. Let's see who's brave enough to attack that football.
Excellent again. The keeper punches down the line. The defense is looking to take it. DENNERY's in possession, looking to turn defense into offense very quickly, and Jamie has not gotten into the spirit of the game. Number 5 for DENNERY has it. He's looking for a dribble on the line. He is not successful. The ball goes out.
Again, you don't want to dribble there per se. Just lay back for your teammate, keeping possession. The clock is ticking. You don't just want to just give away the football cheap.
Especially if you are in the driver's seat.
That's right.
In this particular game, you want to keep things, keep the football for the next 5 or so minutes, and you should be sitting pretty.
Pressure there, poor control.
And now you could hear the bench a little bit more vociferous. The technical team and the backroom staff of the DENNERY team just providing that little spark that may be needed to get the team over the line. And I think that's what Jamie needed. He's been able to work some trickery and get this ball into the area, but is it Nicholas who couldn't take advantage of it? Possession surrendered by Soufriere. A drive, a left foot drive, but this one just goes wide. And in your turn, the keeper has left alone.
Yes, clearly, you want no business with this football, but in this case, you would want to speedily get back into play to try to see they could monitor attack. Now they're on the left side. That ball will be played into. Let's see if the player can show some strength. Basically, had to hold up this ball, but not able to do so.
Yes, and that's the number 18, Kester Jean, who was looking for a little fancy over the top of the keeper, the fancy flick, but he really needed to hold on to that ball and show his strength there. It could not do so, and DENNERY again in possession. Shequan Dovios, a little bit of trickery on the line. Shequan Dovios.
The fans enjoying this one. Enjoying that one.
Yes, it's happening right in front of his technical team, and he got their support as well, much to the frustration of the Soufriere players. We have 3 added minutes in this one. The keeper is doing well for Soufriere to keep them in the encounter. He's done very well to keep Soufriere in the game all the way through.
He's had some timely saves again when called upon, despite the scoreline, but I guess he's shown his worth. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, Soufriere's problem is up top, where they have no one to finish for them.
Soufriere getting a quick throw in. Ken, good work. Okay.
So goal kick, the ball goes to DENNERY. Not much time, you're on to the second minute already in terms of stoppages. Not much time left in this one.
We're really into the final minute of the encounter, barring any further stoppages. DENNERY do well just to keep the possession and surrender possession, and the belated call coming. Very belated call from Lesroy Joseph. He's had a good game, but just a couple of times when you saw the player showing a bit of dissent for the calls that he's made. But he's had a good game by and large, Lesroy. Then we want to hold on to this ball for the next few seconds and see if they can get over the line. But they should get over the line, critic.
Yeah, they should. And that being said, try to play a ball into the box area. Again, let's keep that football ball going outside. No need to make a fuss about it. Just manage the seconds remaining in the encounter. We do have another matchup after this one, so we want you to stick at the screen to enjoy more football from St. Lucia.
Definitely excellent semi-professional football league. Great football at a great venue here at the northernmost town in St. Lucia, Grizzly. We're at the Francis Barbalastic grounds, and as we sit here from our vantage point, we can see the Alton Crafton stands, and I'm understanding that we will be getting the construction of the John Eugene stands as well. And both these guys have been instrumental in the sporting landscape of Grizzly, and the shot coming in, left foot shot, but the same one at the end of the day. We've had the 3 minutes, we've actually into the 4th minute, and here comes the whistle of Lesroy Joseph, and that means that DENNERY has secured all 3 points.
Yes, rightfully so. They paid for it. They deserve it, and of course they now go home with 3 points just to lift them in terms of the table. Elijah Joseph and Javel Foshi on the score sheet, and Curtly John for Soufriere. 2-1. DENNERY won over Soufriere. We ask you to stick and stay. We have one more matchup, so please stick around. Is that Nicholas, of course, a midfielder for the Dennery team. Dennery just been triumphant over SOUFRIERE, 2-1. Are we seeing a resurgence now from Dennery?
Yeah, basically, that is what you're seeing right now. Because at the end of the day, we ain't doing for ourselves, we do it for the whole community. And knowing that Dennery is a sporting community, the pressure is on our back, you know. So we have to come out there to deliver. We had a very bad start in the beginning, but gradually we have 2 W's back to back. So that's a positive thing to go in front.
So I'm seeing that is it a hard work that you guys have been doing in practice, or is that a talk that you guys had with yourself to come out good?
Yeah, it's a matter of both of them, a talk and the consistent pressure of the community. Because knowing, like I said, the community is very vibrant in sport, so the pressure is there. Because people don't have to come all the way to Grizzly to see us, but they're locked in on YouTube, watching us every single night. So whenever we come back, the pressure is there.
All right, so we can clearly say Dennery is back.
Yeah, basically we back again because we have always been there. It's just a download. That's part of the game. You know, it's a matter of how you take it on. You know, how you regroup. You know, and that's basically what we're doing. We're coming for harder. So watch out for Dennery.
All right, my brother. You know? All the best, and thank you for speaking with us.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. I'm here with Manis Pierre-Louis from the SOUFRIERE team. I know, Manis, you're a bit disappointed. You guys again work very hard, and it seems to be a pattern for SOUFRIERE. You work so hard for the entire season, but it's just not coming your way. What do you think is causing this?
Well, to be honest, we don't want it enough. We haven't been showing up to training and stuff. Like, we have to fight harder, and like every time we go a goal down, we drop our heads. We're not SOUFRIERE like before.
So is it a case of motivation? Is it a case of you guys need to work harder on the pitch? What do you think is the real telling factor that really holds you all back?
Well, to be honest, I'm not too sure, but hopefully in the next couple of games, we'll find it out and do better.
Any positives you can take from this game going forward?
Well, for this game, we didn't drop our heads. We went 1-0 down, fight back, equalize. Even when we conceded the second goal, I still find we had a little bit of fight. But it was a bit disappointing because there was a chance we scored and I think it was an offside in the first half. But
all right, my brother. Well, I want to wish you guys all the best and thank you for speaking with us. All right, man. Take it easy, man. All right, folks. We still have one more matchup, so stick with us on the stream and we will be back shortly.